Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I guess I got the session after lunch. I shall keep this short. We're actually quite excited to be able to introduce this session, and the reason really is because it's one that's close to our heart. If you look at the spread of companies presenting, it becomes quite apparent how important the topic is for us. You got people that harvest energy from water, from waves. So water is really a source of energy, has been recognized as such for a long time, of course. But you also have people that deal with water that might be potable, should be potable. You want to check out if it's potable. The message I'm sending here is, I'm trying to make, is that it really affects all of our lives. I think that the problem with water is that at the moment there isn't all that much momentum. If you look at the water grid, maybe a bit more is needed. The energy grid is a little bit ahead, but it's picking up momentum. And the reason for that is that the problems in the water sector are being recognized more and more. Now, this is not just a problem we have here in London because the water system isn't all that new. It's a problem that exists worldwide. You'll appreciate, I mean, it's an innovation competition. There is always new stuff going on. Companies that try, of course, find their markets. And the good thing about the water problem being not local is that the markets are worldwide. One of the questions that companies regularly deal with, or struggle with, I suppose, is how do I get my innovation, well, first of all, to the local market, of course, if that's what you choose to do, but also how do I go further, how do I disseminate into other countries? I think what was the company's name now, BioLite, that you just presented? I think that's an excellent example, because there, I assume there was no local market if they're a Western company. They really had to go abroad pretty much straight away. Now, the obstacles to that are well recognized. They involve a whole range of different problems. One being, well, actually, I'm quoting now from McKinsey reports, the ability of adaptation of technology in that particular country. Possibly not an issue for products that are a unit that you just put somewhere. But if it is a more complex product, then you've got to be able to ensure that people can put it up and also maintain it. The next problem, of course, and this is why many companies are here, is finance. How do I go into a different country, finance going there, and maintain an operation there? Now, you'll all appreciate this. I mean, it's for me as a patent attorney, it was, of course, encouraging to hear the questions earlier, where people say, well, actually, have you protected this? Why is that important? Now, the importance in it is it takes away business risk. If you have another hurdle that a competitor will have to take to enter a business, then that's great for you because it de-risks any investment that you may be attracting. To be able to get that, of course, you need a viable mechanism for defending any which right you might have. So not only do you have to get the right, you also have to make sure that the judiciary in that place is actually functioning. All problems that need to be considered, or ought to be considered at least, you may choose to consider it and then disregard it if an SME is a possibility. Regardless of that, though, the reason why I make all these points is very simple. You need knowledge of where you're operating, of where you want to operate, and of the conditions around it. And that knowledge comes from people that have dealt with this before. That's really why that world map here is on the screen. We are very proud of this. It's been a long way to get there. But I think you'll appreciate from that map that we do know our way around a little bit at least. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to hand back to Robert on that note. Thank you again for the invitation. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to introduce this particular sector. And over to you. Thank you very much.